for mathematical calculations. So I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see it.
Yep.
Yes. So yesterday we have discussed how we can use operators for the mathematical performance. Yes. For calculation, we can mostly use operators like plus sign, minus, divide. The star is the multiply. But at the same time, there are pre-built function methods we can use for mathematical calculations. So let's do them today. So today there are three built methods. One is maximum, another is minimum, yes, and absolute number. So we can use pre-built math.max in the small bracket or parenthesis x comma y. This will find out the maximum numbers of the numbers given. Okay, so instead of this class, I'm just going to keep the same class number. Okay, so in here what we are going to do, we will give one number and use that pre-built method, so system yes, and then in that we are going to use a method called math.max. Yes, so here you can give any numbers. You can have so many different methods, but for this I'm just going to use integer. Yes, so I'm giving 1 and 2. Yes, and if I execute this code, what it will do, it will find out the maximum number of the two numbers given. So you know that 1 and 2 is the maximum number. If I give 100 or 1000, I put and 200, then what it will do, it will give me the maximum number among these two. Yes, the next one we can use in here, if we have some float numbers or any other numbers, then again you use the same command and say math.max, and here you can give, as we have used integer, let's use float. So what we are going to use, 199 2.99.
So just how we select integer and float within the bracket.
Integer, for example, if you are giving an integer value, then you just select the integer. If you are having some mathematical calculations for example currency, there you are going to give the value in decimal. That time you can either select double or float. So even though if I give you exactly the same thing, okay, yes, I have selected double, because the parameters you are going to pass, based on that you are going to select what you are going to use.
So the like a float or integer, it will be going to be auto select.
Not auto select, you will decide it. It is, these methods are inbuilt or pre-built. Just you are going to select how you are going to use and what mathematical performance you are going to do. So as for example, I put math. Okay, so I have some integer numbers.
Okay,
then I will use integers. But if I have long numbers, based on the range we use in the data types. So as for example, I have very big number, I don't know. Okay, so something like Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just randomly writing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we give the yes. So I don't know what number it is. I just randomly put it. And if I have very big number, if I want to find out the max values, then I can use the long number. So based on the range we have, based on the numbers we are going to use, we can use these methods. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not going to use this method if we have 1 or 100, 200. Yes. But this is, as for example, you are automating something and you are verify that whatever returns the big number, yes, maximum number, then you can use this method.
So, for example, if you don't select any variables from the board, like a drop-down list, uh, it can be select like it can be any default one or
No, see, as for example, with this one I have not selected anything. Yes,
mm-hmm.
I'm typing it math dot max int a. I have to give the number, but I'm writing int b. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as this is called argument, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this argument is in number, so I need to give it. So I wrote it myself.
So, for example, if we if want to use float or long number,
Yes.
is we have to we must have to select from the list, or we can give any number and the Eclipse will automatically decide
It will
what
automatically
parameter.
decide. It will.
Yeah.
I'm just selecting it, but
Mm-hmm.
see here also, I'm writing sys out. I don't know. Yes. So I put this value there. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And in the bracket I am putting so I don't know what it is. Yes, the system is going to decide it, is it a float number or a large number or a double number.
Yeah.
As it is inbuilt, you have the flexibility, sys out, in here, that you can select what are the options you have. So
Mm-hmm.
why these are the suggestions, and these suggestions are there to help you.
Yeah.
So as for example, when you are going to pass some parameters, yes,
Mm-hmm.
you pass some two values, int a, int b. Then it is no, you know that int a you have selected, int b. So what arguments you are going to pass?
Yeah.
Yes, agree?
So we have two options. Either we can select from the list if we
Yes,
know, and if we don't know, we can pass the value, and the Eclipse will decide the
yes,
variable. Yeah.
yes. So here I do it again, so you will understand more. Explain math dot max. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in here, see, I have selected float,
Yeah.
float a, float b. Okay. Does it give inside float a or float b or anything?
No.
So this argument you have selected, it is saying that you can enter float value. But even if I enter integer, does it make any difference? It will give me the correct result.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the suggestions giving these parameters accept these arguments. Yes.
Yeah.
Any other question?
No.
Okay, similar with find in minimum value. So exactly the same thing we can do. System.out.println math.mean. Yes. In minimum also there are three arguments there. You can select anyone, doesn't matter. So here I am giving two numbers, and out of these two numbers it will identify the minimum number and return the minimum number. Yes,
Mhm.
the 4 is the minimum number in here. If I delete it, this all stuff, then it will have only 4, and it will be easy for you, yes, to identify. Exactly the same to identify square root. Yes, so here also you have the argument. So math.s. Yes, so here you have only one argument in here, because whatever number you give it will identify the square root of the particular number. Yes, so let me put this number 125, and it will identify, this is not a round number, so let me put something 64. Yes, it will find the argument square root is 64. Yes,
Yep.
if I give, it has to find of 125 anyway. But as it accepts double, and that's why it is giving you in double as well. So square root, you can give any number, it will calculate square root of that number and give the return the square root of the particular number. Let's put another number 625. You know square root of 625, yes, 25. Why it is giving in decimal number? Because if you go to the argument, it accepts double, yes. So whatever number you give, it will give you answer in decimal. So if I have given 25, just 25, then it is a square root of, so it will give 5. Yes. Math not 100. Then it will give me the answer of 100. Yes, because it accepts the argument double, and that's why it is in decimal. Okay, the last one but not least, identifying the absolute number. So if you give any decimal number or a long number, what it will do, it will identify the absolute number of that particular number. Math.ab. So it accepts integer, float, any value, yes, and then it will identify the absolute number. And here say absolute exact as well. Yeah, let's select a float 1.235. I just have entered random number. Yes, so it is rounding and giving you the answer. This OUT math absolute. Okay, just randomly enter number. Yes, so if it is like that, it will identify the absolute number and return the value. So in this example, I have used minus value. Okay, so it will identify absolute number of this minus number and will give me the correct. So it will give 20.99. yes. So if I change any number in a different way, it will give me all the numbers in the absolute number. Yes, so if you are giving this number, it is taking off minuses and giving you the absolute numbers in return. And Any question with this?
No.
Shweta? Yes, is there as well. Good. Okay, let's practice it. Yes, these numbers you are going to use at some point. So who wants to share the screen?
I'll do that here.